Welcome back. You're now tuned into the other side of sports. I'm your host, Laws, in the building. We got my man Aaron with me rocking out. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. But for starters, you already know what we're going to get into. Will Smith. Dog, is he on? Is something going on, bro? With Will? Big Willie? Oh, my man. Dropped out. We got technical difficulties. I ain't even peep. Hopefully we get Aaron back in this joint in a second. Uh there you go. There you go. So, Aaron, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Will Smith, dog. Will Smith. I'm gonna play the tape so the fans out there, y'all can get the full context because a lot of people they just saw the clip, they didn't see what led up to the whole situation. But we're gonna get into it. Here you go, right here.
Denzel Macbeth loved it. I love the part where it said, King Lear don't got nothing on me. Y'all gotta see it, it's really good. You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Nick wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. So we are here to give a documentary out, to give an Oscar out for best documentary. Now, the beauty of documentaries, because they make you, when you watch one, you feel smart. Like you watched them, like you read a book or something. But all you really did was get high and watch Netflix. So here we go.
Dog, how awkward was that?
To have to keep working after you get smacked in the mouth.
Dog. Hey, dog, Jake Paul can still see these hands if he want to. I just had to put that out there because the jump just got me a little bit hype off the jump. Dog, why will do that to my man Chris like that, dog?
Because he been turned into a meme to the poster boy for emasculation and bitch ass nigga.
Dog.
So the last 2 years then culminated into him feeling like he got to reach out and touch somebody since he can't smack Alabama's making memes and jokes all on the internet. It was like the perfect space for him to feel like, let me go ahead and flex on this Bama right quick and look like, let me be, what would Tupac do? That's what he was kind of thinking.
Stop.
What would Tupac do?
Dog, I've been thinking hard, I've been thinking long and hard about if I'm in a situation like this, right? I'm sitting at an award show, I'm chilling, my youngin' there, right? The Bama on stage is making jokes, dog. It's like you go to a comedy show and you sitting in the front row, like you gotta know that the Bama gonna try to fry. Like it just, I don't know where the visceral response was so where he felt he had to get up out of his seat and go put hands on Chris Rock, dog.
It came from Jada's response to the joke because at first he was laughing, but you see her face So he started laughing and he looking. He like, oh, like now he got to overprove himself because his
He could
reaction.
he couldn't wait till after the show and just approach him and be like, dog, I ain't really like how you disrespected my wife or whatever, whatever. Like,
It wasn't him. It was a battery in his back, though. It's a culmination of everything that's been going on in the internet and him being a sucker and turning into a meme and his wife smashing his friend's son. I mean his her son's friend. It's so much been going on. Her writing letters to Tupac and all this stuff that's going on. Red table talks where she's telling their personal business. And all the toxicity is just flowed into that one moment where he like, oh, I could whoop Chris Rock. Like I could smack this Batman right here. And Chris Rock wasn't really gonna do nothing.
dog, the joke could have went left for real, for real.
How?
Chris,
You know who you could smack and who you can't
you
smack
do,
without that
you
response.
do, you do, and that's what I was saying because there was a lot of people online. You know what I'm saying? Their hues a different color, but they were just trying to explain, like, dog, like you can't. I'm like, listen, bro, you know who you can smack and put hands on and smush, and who ain't going to do nothing back. But it's just unfortunate because, like, I feel like Chris Rock didn't deserve that for the comment that he made. It's not like he was like, it's not like he was like, yeah, you got the bald headed B or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Something out of pocket or something, you know what I'm saying? Something
But
that
it
would
wasn't
warrant,
about
like, hold
Chris
on,
Rock.
yeah.
It wasn't about Chris Rock at all, though, or the joke. It was a culmination of everything that's been going on, and this Bama being made to feel like he's being bullied. You go from being the alpha lead, $30 million a movie alpha male to the butt of a joke. You can't keep your wife happy. You got these little skinny androgynous Bama smashing off your wife, and she coming to talk about it, and you sitting there crying at the table. Like her being so toxic and narcissistic, dog, is just eating and eating away at the persona he's created over the course of his entire career.
Dog,
And in
it's
that moment,
so
he felt like he
sad.
could get a little bit of points back. But it made him look softer because he wasn't even mad during the slap or after. When he was saying the joint, you could tell. It's like, you know how when a Bama mother tell him go outside and do this and say this, and he's just repeating what he heard his mom say. It's like one of those moments where the Bama wasn't even mad for real. Because if you
Dog.
mad, like you're not just gonna smack a Bama once and then walk away. You gonna tee off on the Bama.
You gonna have a Bam in a headlock talking about, young,
Like
I
watch your
told
mouth.
you.
He didn't say nothing to him or nothing.
Watch it. Like, yeah, and then there was a slap, which let me believe, like, he just, like, he didn't really want to hurt him. Like, he didn't really want to touch him
Right,
for
right.
real. Like, it was just like dog. And then the Chris Rock, like, dog, I mean, Bama's was consoling Will, like, that Bama got smacked, dog. It's like, young, what is going on?
But
And
you
the,
know
like,
why they really feeling sorry for him because they see everybody kind of sees it, at least on our side of the fence. Like it's a lot of other people confused and people for what I mean trying to play these other games and narratives. But Bama's because we've been talking about it. You remember me and Jeff got into it a couple years ago over this joint where I was like, this Bama's image is destroyed. He's never going to be like what he was prior to his wife sticking her head out and can't keep her mouth or legs closed. So it's just dog. The joint been eating away at this Bama for years, and he found a
dog.
guy that he could take it out on. He found a
So,
guy.
dog, this joint is like, it's troubling me because, like, I get Jada might have felt some type of way about the comment, though. She has alopecia. He said G.I. Jane too,
But we
right? The
can't
joke
pretend
didn't
like
even the joke didn't
alopecia
even
is
hit.
brain cancer, dog.
Yeah,
Like
you right.
all of
You right.
them. Oh, she has alopecia. When Bama's be having the receding hairlines and the bald spots on top, which is a natural condition that Bama's can't change. What Youngins was just a month ago on the internet clowning talking about Bama's running. You know what I mean? Like so stop it. And she been wearing a short haircut her entire
For a
career.
minute. Yeah. Nah, she been rocking the
Even in her
short bob.
prime, she be wearing the short, like sassy type joints. Stop it. Like people need to stop. She don't look terrible. Like the joint
Yeah,
look all
she
right on her.
yeah. A
Like cut it out.
lot of people can't get away with it. She can. And, like,
Yeah,
it's just,
cut it out. They want to have it one way, dog.
I'm just trying, like, I'm trying to understand how my man Will, dog, Big Will. Like, what happened to my man,
He's
dog?
not Big Will anymore. He Little Will, dog. He's soft. He been broken. He's a broken man, dog. It's over with. There's a new guy in Hollywood. Yeah?
Hey.
Michael B. Jordan, one of these other jokers, but it ain't him. We got the new Will Smith on the new Bel Air joint. Like Will
Yo,
over,
first of
dog.
all, Bel Air, that show
Like
is
that.
like that,
Like that.
dog. That joint is like that. I there's so many things that they put in the show. Shout out my man Wes, who blessed me, hooked me up with the demonstration so I could see the whole demo. Dog, the joint is like that, bro. Cause it show black family, it show unity,
They
it
be
show
clean too. The
it,
wardrobe,
dog, the
99.
wardrobe on 99. It showed like just the dichotomy between wanting to like make it and be rich and different things and like that lifestyle versus like moral codes and moral standards. Like it shows dog, the show is phenomenal, bro. I can't like right now. I don't binge the whole first season, dog. Well, one thing is for sure, main man got to get a new barber, dog. Whoever the barber is on set, he got to get fired, bro, because he taking my man hairline. I know he got African in his heritage, but dog, his hairline is sitting on the top of his cerebral, dog.
Who
I'm
Carlton?
like Carlton's hairline, dog. And I know you want to make a shot for TV, but they don't understand that like. It's not a good look,
They
dog.
could
It's
have gave him
not
the
a good
cotton fibers or something to strengthen it. They have to push the man
dog.
back like
Spray my
that.
man wig down, give him the Beijing, shape up the Beijing, but don't give my man the shape up that start on the Pikes Peak at the top of his wig, Joe, and then try to like gear it around his ear. I'm like, dog, yeah, whoever this barber is on set. But some of them actors, they don't know no better, dog. They just did. Will Jones starting to get taken back too.
So they need to fire the barber
The
on the
barber
set
gotta
barber.
go, dog. He gotta go. He make the joint crispy, but just because it's crispy don't mean it's right, dog. It just come on, man. That's barber school 101, dog. You don't push let the new growth grow in. And I know they shooting a bunch of scenes, and it's like, yeah, you gotta have a fresh shape up for the scene. Yeah, but you doing damage to my man, dog. When he 30 years old, his junk gonna cry tears into his earpiece, dog. He ain't gonna be able to. They doing my man a disservice, bro. But the show is vicious. Definitely, I get a Jonah 9 out of 10. I mean, it's a couple of little forced things I don't like about the show, but I get it. It's 2022. They just gonna put it in there. You know how it go, though. But like the actual show and the content and just all the like kind of blending storylines that's going in. Like I mess with the characters, like Jeffrey. I mess with Jeffrey. Dog, the Bama just wise and he not a sucker. And it's like they changed the characters in this show to kind of reflect just a different. It's different, bro. I like the directions they took with the characters and how they spun it. It just works, though. It's a great show. If y'all haven't watched it, it's worth the $5 on Peacock. I'm not paying it, but it's worth it, though. I'm just letting y'all know it's worth it. Dog, back to Will real quick. Does he need counseling? Yeah? Is the red table talk doing more damage?
But that's all they talk about in that family is therapy and being open, all this new modern male stuff. So that's what you
You're not getting therapy, dog. If
get
you walk on stage in the
when you
middle of a
defy
war show,
biology. Dog, the man was getting therapy, Harold. But that's against biology, the way that they be trying to construct their family. You've been seeing the stuff that's been going on. That's not nature. That's this new modern age stuff. And that's what you get. Will wasn't always
dog,
like this, dog.
he
He used to be
wasn't
the
like
guy.
it. I don't know if the Bama took a turn. Like he was the guy, and then he was the guy so much the jump just impaired his family. Then he just didn't want to lose it. So now he just trying to like he got the student loan debts, and so he just doing whatever he can, little odd job to try to pay that joint off. Because it looked like to me that was a reach. Even if she was pissed, dog. Like, even if my youngin was pissed, because I really put myself in the shoes. I sat in the seat. I said, young, if a Bama on stage at an award show disrespect my youngin, right? Or I felt it was disrespect, would I get up out of my seat and storm the stage and then slap the Bama dog on national TV in front of the world?
He would have to spit on your wife or something egregious.
It gotta be egregious, because otherwise I would have just been like, I'd have been like, played it cool,
I
whatever,
see you
whatever.
outside. I see you in
And
the
then
parking
after the
lot.
joke, I'd approach him like, hey, dog, I ain't really like that joke about my wife. She dealing with X, Y, and Z. Like, what's up, bro? And then if you really felt the animosity, like if his response didn't coincide with what you was looking, because
Then you smack him
sometimes,
down.
yeah, then you put the mush on. Like, man, dog, I should whoop you right here in the streets, but I'm not gonna do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's before I was saved. I used to go like that. But I'm just saying, like, there's things that transpire before you get to that point, right? You give Obama a chance to like come clean. I mean, I could have even seen, and this could have really went left, but this is what caused Obama to get up out of their seat and storm the stage. So let's say the same situation happened, and Will was like, "Hey, man, keep my wife's name out your mouth," like that. He just said that from his seat,
That would
and
have
then the
made more
Bama,
sense.
and then the Bama kept cracking wise jokes to keep the, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say. Then you be like, dog, I told you don't say nothing back. You, the way you responded was like you want that smoke. So I came up here to show you you don't want, you know what I'm saying? Those are the transpiring steps that get to that place. This dude didn't do nothing. This Bama Chris Rock was paid to go up there and crack jokes. And honestly, if you asking me from a joke meter, like, and Chris Rock is, I consider him funny, dog. And I mean, the actual pivot after the whole situation, he was like, this is the greatest night on TV. Like, that was a good little pivot, off the cuff, given the circumstances. But
After
like,
getting smacked in the mouth.
I have to get smacking them out. I mean, dog, how you save face after that, dog?
You swing
I
back.
just, you do swing back. First of all, you got the swing off. First,
But he knew he was gonna get whooped. It's a lot of he knew he was gonna get whooped, and that would have been worse than because now he's a victim. Like Bams is crying, all the whiteys crying tears for him. He about to get some movie deals, some little extra ducats roll his way. Like he the victim. If you swing back and get munished, you think the memes is crazy now. Dog, that shit would be a 4K
dog,
hell.
he could swing back, dog.
Will my size, dog.
Yeah,
And the Bama be fighting for real.
Will would have punched that.
Yeah, he would have washed Chris Rock.
He'd have,
Because Bama's like a fight swing back automatically. It's a reaction. It's not even something you think about. It's like you can't believe a Bama touched you. It might be a slight pause, but it's supposed to be fury after that.
He should have, but dog, when the Bama bum rush the stage, you gotta, dog, your spider sense gotta go all the way off and know that the Bama going,
But
he
he
ain't
wasn't
coming up
even
that jump to
egregious.
give you a hug.
He thought he was gonna say something. Like it's no way in his mind he thought Will was gonna smack him.
You right.
It's no way. That's like a Bama who you think who's the Bama? It's like I don't want to say no names, but it's like certain Bamas that saw start walking to. Well, it's no way you think Bama gonna smack you in the mouth.
Bama wasn't ready, dog. He wasn't ready. You saw he was like, oh, like Bama just hit me.
Dog, out of control.
Dog, out of control, dog. And he smacked him where he could continue to jump. Cause like if he would have stole him, his like mouth would have probably swelled up, my blood might have came up. I mean, who knows, dog? It looked
he
like
turned
it was
around and walked away like he knew the Bama wasn't gonna do nothing about it. So
dog.
he already got the scouting report on Chris Rock. He said, "Yeah,
Dog, I'd have ran and DDT that Bama off this thing. I'd have ran and Diamond Dallas Page that Bama. I'd have ran, jumped off the stage, grabbed the Bama neck. Yeah,
Stone Cold Stunner.
Stone Cold Stunner. I'd have tried to break his neck on stage. That Bama tried to embarrass me in front of my family. You don't think
he got
Chris
kids, dog? It's
dog?
over.
No
he got an
way,
ex-wife?
dog. No way.
Yeah, it's finished.
No way.
Now the Snow Bunny's gonna throw him the cheeks, but the black demographic, it's over with. They can't see him as a man either.
Jada, dog. Come on. You saying she toxic too?
If a man was conducting himself, a husband, in the way that Jada Pickett conducted herself, the internet would be a firestorm. It would be going crazy on the internet about how toxic this person is, and y'all, you know what I mean. But because she fall into that bracket of people that can't be criticized,
You can't say nothing about
you can't
Jada.
say nothing. So it is what it is. That nigga need to file for divorce.
Dog, the Bama got an award right after the jump.
and was dancing, rapping his song after. That's what Chris Rock should be like. Okay, see, I ain't even press charges on the Bama. Now he out partying,
No,
singing lyrics
no, you
30 years ago. He should have got the strap and showed up at the after party. He got a dust Will off.
dust that Bama right off the mat. No,
He hot
you
dog
can't
Georgia
get
now.
no,
Did you see the video with
no.
the Bama rapping with his Oscar in his
Yes,
head? Dog.
no, total disrespect, yeah. Total disrespect.
With tears in his eyes. You got to be
Dog, and
kidding me.
he at the event. It's the Oscars, so everybody there. Dog, it's the talk of the night. First of all, and you know how it go. It's like when this stuff used to happen in school. Bama get beat up.
And
Then
it
Bama's talking
spread
about
like
it all like,
wildfire.
young dog, why you hit that Bama? Like, yeah, I shouldn't have hit that Bama, but he was talking. I just ain't tired of hearing his mouth, dog. I just, and then Bama's gassing you all night, and you think you earning your stripes back, but in reality, he wouldn't have did that if it was The Rock on stage. If it was, what about
But
Billy Crystal?
everybody
Somebody
keep
like
throwing
that.
The Rock out here like The Rock got a track record of beating
Nah,
Bama's up. He
nah,
just a
Rock ain't
musclehead
he a
Bama. A lot
sucker.
of
He
these
a sucker
musclehead
for
Bamas
real.
can't wreck for real. People be acting like Rock out here like Mike Tyson or something.
But I'm just saying, he a big dude though. It's the
Them
height
muscle bound
differential.
Bamas can't wreck for real, dog. Now if
They
he
can't,
catch
but
you and
he not.
grab you, it
But
might be
dog, come
over.
on, we keep it
But with the
100. He not
hands,
getting on stage and smacking that Bama.
ain't nobody getting on stage and smacking that Bama. Everybody got
Yeah,
everybody got picks. People trying
yeah,
to
you
act
right.
like they just out
You
here
right.
storming up to just whoever 6'5"
Nah,
Bama's.
you
Stop.
ain't. You
Niggas
right.
be talking real crazy over the keyboard and the microphone. All these Bamas got picks. It's a handful of select Bamas that really don't discriminate. That the reaction is the reaction.
Yeah, nah. Agreed. 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 That Bama was like,
I
I
got
got
one.
one today. I got one. Dog.
They
This is
gonna
one of them
vacate his
times.
Oscar like Reggie Bush.
Nah, they ain't gonna vacate his Oscar,
They ain't gonna
dog.
vacate the joint.
Come on. I mean, nah, they don't. Dog, would it matter? It don't matter. The storyline is the storyline, dog. It's like them trying to take Reggie Bush's Heisman. The storyline is the storyline. When that man was in college, he was college football, period. You ain't got to give him nothing. He was the nicest college football player we've seen in our lifetime, dog. Nothing's going to erase the fact that Will got on stage and slapped my man in the face, dog, for no reason.
They gonna do a movie together to try to act like everything dead.
Nah, they're going to do a red table talk, though. They're going to get him.
That's
They're
where all
going
this
to
shit
pay him.
started. They need to
They're
shut
going to
that
pay him
down.
the red.
That's the first thing he need to do. While he disciplining grown men out here, he need to discipline his wife and shut down that red table talk. Put your foot down, Will. That's how you
Because
garner.
dog, in 6 weeks they're gonna be talking about this situation. They're gonna
It
capitalize
ain't gonna be
off it,
6
dog.
weeks, 6 days. The episode coming out this weekend. Watch.
You already know what's coming, dog. They're gonna call Chris Rock, reach out to him, say, we're gonna pay you so I can apologize. Bama's gonna hug at the red table, all that. They're gonna all cash checks, and then it's gonna be squashed.
Oh, but he got a mean bit for his next comedy joint. If he was trying to, if he was getting writer's block trying to figure out what to come out with for his next special or next tour, Chris Rock got some material now.
He got material
He
now,
got to
dog.
slander. He got to go in. He got to go in all the stuff she been doing. He
Dog,
got to
first
go
of all,
hammer.
yeah, he got
He got to go hammer.
that's the
'Cause
only
Will
way he
can't
can
hit him
win.
again. Will didn't
He can't,
apologize, say he
yeah,
against violence. So
dog, he
you got
should
to
have.
go ahead.
He ain't apologized to him.
Yeah, he did on like through Instagram. I'm sure he probably called him behind the scenes, but
Dog, he got
he
to
apologized
apologize
on Instagram
publicly,
and said
dog. You
violence is
smacked
wrong.
him publicly,
Nah,
you
he
got.
did on his Instagram. You know how these Bama do. What you
That's
gonna? You want him to do a FaceTime and then post a video of him telling him in
nah,
person?
dog. I used to like Chris
Is there
Rock,
anything a
dog.
dude that smacked you can say to get your full forgiveness? You a man of the Lord. You forgiving the Bama that smacked you in
Dog, the
public on
Bible
TV?
commands you, dog. It commands you to turn the other cheek. If a Bama slap you, you're supposed to turn the other cheek. I just like,
You there yet?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. See, this the thing. It's also circumstances too, right? I don't think I could let a Bama smack me on TV. Like it's the TV part of it. where I would just flare up,
Because
right? Like,
everybody saw you got smacked in 4K
yeah, and the
forever and
thing
ever and
is,
ever.
like, yeah, dog, and especially if if I know, so this is the thing too, if I know that the Bama that smacked me think I'm soft and shook to do it, that part of it in itself going rear me up, dog. Like that's the part that's going to rear my mind to crush the Bama on sight. Like that's the part of it, because my pride, and that's essentially what it come down to, your pride, dog. But like if a kid smacked me and I just know like he got mental health issues or something, like I just might eat the jump and just keep it moving. Or like I don't know, like it just, I don't know, certain circumstances where my brain just be like, no threat. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be like no
Like a
threat.
youngin'
And
or
then
something. Yeah.
yeah, and I would just like that part of me would just get like turned off, you know? And it might like flare a little bit, but it won't like come all the way out. But if like a Bama just come out of his way and he's like, he look around the room and then
That
he
was a
see
long
me,
to get to that Bama
and
to
then
smack
I
with a suit on. Then walk back to
dog
his joint
walk back to his seat
and sat down
like it was nothing, and then sassed him from his chair, like
2 times.
lean back, like
Do something.
that's what I'm saying. All of that was saying that, and I mean, dog, Chris Rock. If I'm Chris Rock, dog, I'm going like Michael B. Jordan went in the Rocky jump, dog. I'm training. I'm getting my hands. Nobody will ever put hands on me ever again or feel like they can. Cause you know when people do that, like it opens the floodgates, young,
Now
for Bama's
everybody
to
will be
think they
trying to
could just,
smack the Bama.
yeah, dog. Like you might be doing a comedy show and a Bama's heckling you from the crowd. Like, dog, I will smack you, right? And because you let that happen before, Bama's gonna think that's permissible. Chris Rock, his days on stage is gonna get real difficult, at least for the short interim, because he gonna have to deal with hecklers thinking like he a sucker.
Yeah, if he not funny, Bama's gonna start sassing.
Oh,
You
this is
know, if he
all
walking
man.
down the streets, Bama's gonna be making smack sounds and just do. It's gonna be rough for the Bama for a while. He can't even leave the house for real. He gotta hang around the whiteys because they gonna have sympathy for him. But you know, niggas gonna hammer.
Oh,
And who gonna? This is my only. I don't feel any way really about it one way or the other. Like the smack, none of that. Like
mhm.
I'm not anti-violence.
Dog,
I think
coon
it's
chips
time.
was activated, dog. I just want you to know them coon
Who
chips was
gonna tell
activated.
white women to shut the fuck up? Dog, like they make me sick. Gotta jump in everything. Like, mind your business. Like these people, get somebody go get your allies and tell them to shut the hell up and mind their business. They got all these soliloquies and think like mind your. This has nothing to do with you. It's not your business. It's not of your
But you,
culture. Mind,
but you,
shut up.
but you know when it happened on national stage, everybody's gonna chime in, dog. It's the American way.
Dog, the joint is just so sickening because they think they got all the answers, dog. And they
Yeah, I
jump
heard some
so
stuff on the
easily on
radio, and I was like,
both sides of the line.
I was just like, ugh. I had to turn the radio off, dog. I had to turn the radio because I couldn't. I
And
just
you could
like,
tell the people that got smacked as a youth and never threw hands in their life and they got all this like stop. Stop. You have no idea what's going on in that man's head. You are not of this culture. Mind your business. And then they
just
talking about the
mind your
police and all
business.
this other stuff. Like,
They
stop.
want
Like
to, they want my man to go to. They want him to press charges.
they got more animosity towards Obama slapping Obama at the Oscars than they did these insurgents tearing up the Capitol and killing police officers and like it was none of this animosity from these. That's what I don't understand. Like just the fury and all this stuff you see because they so scared that something they say could result in them getting popped in the mouth.
Yeah, dog.
They see themselves in that situation because they talk all this egregiousness and somebody just had enough and walk up and pop them in the mouth.
No,
Then what?
no. Yeah, dog. Hopefully they patch it up, dog. I hope they patch it up.
A movie coming
Uh
out in the next 2 years, guaranteed.
You already know.
Chris Rock
You
and
already
Will
know.
Smith.
They gonna be on film like a cop. They're gonna be both cops and
Step
stuff
Brothers
like
too.
that. Dog, first of all, the internet in this day and age, dog, they act fast. Bro,
Immediately.
the slap happened in 30 seconds. Within 30 seconds, there was memes already being generated, dog. It was unreal. I saw the joint, I thought it was fake. I was like, yeah, what is this? I'm like, yeah, hold on. If it wasn't for the curse words out the joint, like crazy, bro. Crazy. On to some sports. The Rooney Rule has been expanded to include women. The league expanded the Rooney Rule to include women as a part of the external minority candidate interview pool. Established in 2003, the Rooney Rule now stipulates that all 32 clubs must interview at least 2 women and or persons of color when seeking to fill prominent positions in order to comply with the policy.
And who agreed to this? Like, does the NFLPA have any say in this, or is this just the owners and the owners meeting?
I don't
How does this
know,
battle white
dog.
supremacy at all? Because they can just replace niggas with white women.
I don't know, dog. Who signed off on this? This is actually going to make matters worse. I
Worse.
don't know. I don't know who signed off on this, right? And I don't know why, like, the two have to be lumped together when they're not the same issue.
That's exactly what I've been talking about. They play both sides of the line. This does not combat white supremacy at all. The discomfort that they have with black male leadership at all. It undercuts
This
it. So
actually, yeah, it undercuts it. It definitely undercuts it. Because now and they replace the Skype or the virtual interviews, and you have to do the in-person Jones. But now you can, and granted, I mean, for women, right? You think about, like, I don't think that there's real intention to even hire women either, right? But I think that there's a big difference between women's inequalities and minorities inequalities.
white women are minorities. There's more white women in the country than any other demographic, more than white men, more than any other demographic. It's more white women in this country than anything else. So how does that even make sense?
Well, you talking about control. We're talking about who controls the dollars, who controls the decision making and stuff like that.
We
And
talking
I
about
think that
definitions
this,
too. And minority has
yeah,
a specific definition.
that's true.
White women
That's
are not
true.
minorities.
Yeah. So this definitely undercuts the process. Definitely, I don't know how they came to this consistency and where there's not an outrage, especially from black people, because it's like you're adding more to the pot to then continue the discrimination. Yeah, this is bizarre. I don't know how they think this will solve anything, or if they even plan to solve. This could
They
just
don't have
be
to because
to
there's no
create
consequences.
infighting. This is just to create infighting. It's like we'll have these two groups infighting, and basically we'll just be able to float in the wind. So that's a fail. Then we had rules change, Aaron, in the NFL this week. They changed
Overtime.
the overtime. So now the overtime rules is each team gets a possession. Do you agree with it? Do you think it's going to help the game? Of course, it's interesting because now this is the thing when you had Pat Mahomes and you had Josh Allen battling it out, and then Pat Mahomes basically had the last possession in overtime. They scored a touchdown and the game was over, right? And so, not even some years later, the following year, they've changed the rule.
Because I don't think it was. I mean, it's been so many times we've seen that happen. 2 years before, when you saw Brady and Mahomes in the playoffs, and Brady got on the field in overtime and Pat didn't, and so they lost. And a lot of these teams are built to play offense and not
Mhm.
defense. So it's not fair for them to one side get to put their feature out there, and then the other team by default you lose a coin
Got the
flip and you lose the
deficiency.
game.
Yeah,
So essentially, a coin flip determines the winner a lot of times. So I think it's fair.
yeah. I think it'll help the game. I think it was 29 votes out of the 32 teams for it. Coaches, coaches always not necessarily. A lot of the coaches or the sentiments from what was said about the coaches is that they weren't really necessarily for it. Like they always believe like if you on defense, you could just stop them from scoring, essentially, right? But I think that this will actually help, and it's only in the playoffs. It's not for the regular season. Regular season overtime structure is the same, but for playoffs, it's just so much that could happen, and to not get a possession just kind of really just push you at a major disadvantage when it came down to 50-50 toss up on a coin, right? So I think this is a good improvement, but to me, it just seems strange that now they want to do it when they've been dealing with this, though. I don't know what the like why now it's like, okay, we got to change this, whatever. So we'll see how it plays out. Now, we haven't talked about this dude in a little while, though. We ain't talked about this man in a little. We ain't talked about the team. We ain't talked about. He said that they interviewed him. He talked about Carson Wentz bringing him in, how he wanted to get weapons for him. They think they got a guy that can help them win football games. Ron was very adamant that he's tired of hearing, the scrutiny and about all the culture and all of this and that, the negative talk around the team. And we just need to look forward into the future and not really focus on the past and those things that really don't matter. And that the only way that they can basically move away from these different things that people say about the team, which he, in fact, is win football games, Aaron.
He doesn't know how. You think he's out here just choosing to lose? You think that's what's going on? That he like, let me go ahead and lose, and then I'm gonna wait to the third season, and I'm gonna rise from the dead and no, he's trying to win. He's been trying to win. He doesn't know how. He's lost 5 out of the last 6 years. He's had a losing record. I don't know why he was this image of this person that was going to come in and change the culture. He couldn't win in Carolina with an MVP, so you bring him here without an MVP and everything else that he had down there and think he's going to win? Is there one free agent that came this way that didn't play in Carolina in the off season? I haven't heard his name.
I want to say that Ron, though, he swindled the system, though. You think about free agents do not want to come here.
This used to be the day one destination, the cash out.
Russell Wilson would not waive his clause to come here. This Batman didn't want to talk to Dan. He didn't want to.
Deshaun Watson, no go.
Now, I just, to be someone that is so respected. Here we go. That none of the players that you want to go after want to even look here. How much respect do you truly have? How much? If nobody even wants to have a conversation or talk or even look in this direction, how much respect do you have? And you're saying that all you got to do is win, and that's going, but like, win how? 8 games ain't enough, bro. I'm confused as to what Ron, like what he's thinking in his mind. And granted, right? I'm not here to bash Ron Rivera. Like, I could care less. What he's shown as like his deficiencies as a head coach, no, I don't see production and winning that comes out of that, dog. Just because he not walking around the facility grabbing youngins' butts and taking camera phone pictures of youngins and doing stuff doesn't mean he's a good football head coach.
The bar is so low here.
It's so low. And it's like, we're okay with mediocrity. right? Just because this Bama is not a pervert or open pervert. Like that's it. Long as this guy, he's respected, runs a tight. All these people who have come from Carolina, they have not been good.
They spent all that money on Curtis Samuel last year. He couldn't see the field.
Bama's a he. They could have signed me for league minimum, and I would have gave him more production than that Bama gave him the entire year. And that's a fact on mothers. I put whatever you want on it. I would have had more catches, more touchdowns, more production on a busted Achilles than this Bama did all year long. And you know, Aaron, I don't like to get hit, dog. So I'm diving out of bounds. I'm sliding like Torrey Holt. You know what I'm saying? And I still would have done more. I don't know that these guys have the answers, right? And I know that, fans, they want them to have the answers and they're like, oh, we just got to just give them another year and just give them another chance, right? And last year when these Bama's was on the ropes, because really it was about to be bad, bad. And they just happened to like just win enough to keep everybody at bay. But people don't like Bama's forgot the Bama's got 56 hung up on their heads, dog. Was that the most points that a team put up in the whole year on a team? It had to be close.
And they
Maybe
made
that
no changes at coordinator, no changes on the staff. It's just
nobody got
same
fired.
as
Nobody
usual.
got held accountable.
No consequences.
So
This is what people ask for, though, the anti-Dan approach. Dan got hands off. He just let the coach, you know what I mean? Like, this is all they wanted. This was the reason that stuff wasn't working because Dan was too involved. Now you
who do
can't even win
we
the offseason.
can't win an offseason? Who have we signed that's of note? Carson Wentz is here, who to me, and I said it before, right? I don't necessarily think it's a bad move, but it ain't no move that you need to be like jumping for joy over. And then I heard a rumor, Aaron, and I pray that this is not the case. Because if this is the case, I'm done completely. If they extend Carson Wentz before the season,
They working on an extension?
there's a
It's no way you
rumor.
heard that. It's no way you
There's
heard
a rumor that they're looking to extend him and secure him to try to like free up money to be able to like get assets and get
So they're gonna make
people.
the Alex Smith fail again when you don't have to extend a guy. See, this is why you don't have these lame duck coaches that are trying to prove they can win more than they're trying to take care of the long term future of a team. He should have been fired last year when he failed again. So it's just this what you get. I'm ready for a black head coach. I'm done with these Bamas. Send me
Dog,
Leftwich or Flores. Other than that, I don't want to hear about it.
yeah, there's just no like to me. This would Ron Rivera keeps selling us a dream that's not going to come true. You know me. I like it's even two approaches with me. Revamp the whole team. Get rid of everybody, dog. Scratch,
Blow it up. But it's
blow it
already
up,
blown
dog.
up. There's no talent on the team.
Then you got the whole Terry McLaurin question. Can you sign him back? How much is he worth? Where does he fall in the receiver conversation? Different things of that nature. That's starting to loom.
30 mil a
Uh
year is what the receivers is getting.
Antonio Gibson is right there on the cusp of a contract and what you going to do. And it just seemed just like the Wizards, they don't have any answers. And it's frustrating because we was led to believe that Ron was going to come through, bring stability to the culture, change the squad around, get everybody on board, this, and that.
It's consistent. At least with the other regimes, you'll have like a division winning year. Like they won a division, but at 2 games under 500. You know what I mean? Like it at
Mhm.
least looked like they was going to be good for a second. These Bama's go into the season power ranking like 28th, 27th. They are void of talent on offense.
What does Ron have to do to stay? Because to me, this is it. This is it.
I mean, I think he did what he had to do to stay because Carson Wentz is going to give you better outcome than you got with Heineke
Yeah,
last year.
that's a
So you
fact.
can middle around 8-8, and if Dallas struggles or has an injury at quarterback, and if Philly struggles and is around 9-7, I mean, you can fight into the last 2 weeks and make it look like, hey, we're right there, we right there. That's what he wanted to do, and that's what he and that's all he's going to have to do for this fan base. Because we said when he ended up with that diagnosis that he was going to get carte blanche to fail probably another 3 years before what I mean they felt like they could fire him without it being
Mhm.
like, oh, he had cancer. How you going? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Is there any chance that at 11, Malik, the super freak, is there?
there is, but they're not going to draft a black quarterback here again.
They won't do it, Aaron.
He's so busy tucking Carson Wentz nuts and trying to make sure he's secure and not worried about looking over his shoulder. They're not going to draft that guy in the first round. Now, if it's Pickett or somebody that they've been s- salivating over the course of the offseason, maybe, but they're not going to take a black quarterback and do that to Carson because they don't know how to develop a quarterback to begin with. Like
That's a
they don't have
fact.
the offensive answers over there. I don't trust them to even get a guy that needs to be developed. I don't trust them with offense. Period. There've been no wholesale changes on offense at all. You would think they were successful on offense the way that these Bama's. You would have thought they had a great season last year the way they bringing everybody back. They bringing back more players than the Chiefs.
I don't think they got a choice, Aaron. They can't afford nobody else. Yeah. Yeah, dog. Batman Ron got everybody fooled. That's a fact. He got the city fooled. He got the city fooled. Bama telling him he say all the right things, but dog, all I care about is outcomes. That's it. And Ron not getting the right outcomes. He's not getting the right outcomes.
And I think this team is going to be the worst one out of all the teams he's had here. So we'll see if that leads to him getting the axe in the offseason. But he's not the kind of coach that can win with as void of talent as this team is. They have less talent this year than they going in than they did last year outside of the quarterback position. And they almost lost J.D. McKissick, who saved 3 games alone for them single handedly. So it's going to be interesting.
Dog, I just
But
don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do, dog. Devontae Brown.
lose. That's what they're going to do. Lose. They'll be under
People
500
trying to
again.
sell these. That joke makes me mad every year when Bama's try to sell these secondary players on the team as if they're good because they made a couple flash plays here and there. But like when they gotta get relied on, you're gonna see. I, yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know what the team is going to do, but I don't see it, Ron. You mad at people for criticizing the team, right? Stop giving people stuff to criticize. How about that? It's that simple. It's that simple. I guess I just lost my team credentials, dog. Cause I mean, cause I'll be asking questions nobody gonna ask. Why didn't you fire none of your staff last year with the poor performance? Who's on the hot seat on your staff? Who do you need to see production out of from your staff to make you feel confident that the team is going to change directions this year? Last year, your defense was ranked in the lower back half of teams in the NFL. What needs to happen from a coaching standpoint to
Hold
move
on. This
your
man
team?
outside my house looking at one of the colors.
Word? Dog, you got the strap. What you about to do, dog? He's
Got back in the truck and pulled off.
what? Would you see them through the camera?
Yeah, because my office is on the front side of the joint now, so I'm looking right out the window.
Dog, you know your neighbors think you out here selling weight, doing something. uh, uh, anything else I missed, young? Shout out my man Van. He got on me a couple weeks because we ain't talk about Devontae Adams with the Raiders, dog. The Raiders is real.
Wizards still trash. You ain't talk about them gas uniforms that these Bama's put out.
With the flowers. I
The
like
cherry
them Jones,
blossom
dog.
joints.
Them Jones tough. I like the cherry blossom Jones.
The Nats joint is vicious. Did you see the Wizards?
Oh yeah, the Nats Jones. Now I ain't see the Wizards Jones. That's what I'm talking. I'm talking about the Nats jersey with the flowers on the joint, and then the Nats hat joint, and say wash across it. That joint look tough.
Yeah, that joint is tight. I'm talking about the Wizards cherry blossom outfit with Kuzma
Nah.
modeling them joints barefoot.
What?
Hold on, I'm about to see you the pictures right now.
I ain't peeped them Jones, dog.
And this garbage suit he got on with it.
Put it in the put it on the in the chat here. So I can share it with the people. People can see. But yeah, dog. Wizards trash. I think they're going for the number 1 pick. We down. I mean, it just is what it is, young. I mean, they sorry, bro. They sorry. They actually play tonight. They play who they play tonight? The Bulls. They play Chicago. Yeah, they play Chicago tonight. So we'll see. But I stopped watching the Wizards like since the last time when I slandered them and I was like, no more after the trades. I ain't even watched the Wizards, dog, except for like one night. And then I went on and I slandered them. Yeah. Let's see this, Joe. Oh no, dog. Oh no. Dog. Oh no. Dog. Let me see if I can show the people this, dog. Hey, before we get out of here, you know who won the McDonald's All-American Slam Dunk Contest this year? Did you see that?
No, I ain't see it.
I'm about to show you who won.
From Columbia, South Carolina, and she's staying home to play for Dawn Staley and the Gamecocks. Oh! Thunderous on the first attempt from Ashlyn Watkins.
The girls can't believe it. They can't believe there's a 9 score.
It's got to let it go.
Yeah, there it is.
Ashlyn Watkins behind the back.
She pulls this off of the first attempt. I believe she gets a higher score, but
under 10 seconds. Ashlyn Watkins can fly. She came with the left hand.
That's the
contest. 04 in 2019. Got it. There it is from Ashlyn Watkins.
It's over.
From Air Jordan to Air Ashlyn in Chicago. She didn't say much before the competition with Brooke.
Dog, if you don't get these basic, dog, we got to stop doing this, dog. We got to stop doing this.
Make believe.
Huh?
The land of make believe.
Dog.
The Rogers
the Bams was doing everything in their power to try to size them Jones, dog.
They should have just lowered the rims so they could do more stuff.
Just lower the rims, dog. It's easy. We having this conversation. Dog, this Jones, dog, I'm sorry. I know Bams, dog, you're 6 here. How could you say that? Dog, she took the basketball. Dog.
How tall is she? What's her name? Let me see how tall she is.
Ashlyn Watkins, dog.
Ashlyn Watkins.
Yeah, she a hooper. No doubt
6'2".
she can hoop.
She's 6'2". So she got a little bit of bounce for a 6'2". Young.
Yeah, she got bounce.
I thought she was like 6'9". Yeah, she got a little bit of bounce. But the dunks was trash. We can't oversize that the dunks was trash. Unless we grade on the curve for a woman.
Ain't no curve, dog. That's not equality. I just want the women to just admit, dog, but like, yeah, it's not the same. It's different. Like, it's different. And then we can, it's fine. But them dunks not cutting it, bro. She won the dunk
the women's
contest.
dunk contest?
No,
Huh? What kind of dunk contest was it?
it's a co-ed jump.
Oh, so it was no dudes that was dunking. It was
No, it
just
was dudes
youngins,
dunkings.
and they dunks wasn't that good.
They not gonna
No,
show you
no
what
guy
the
made a
dudes.
dunk.
They not gonna show you what the dudes did because
They
once you
missed all
see
their
it,
dunks.
you go.
The guys missed all their dunks. It had to be what happened. The guys missed all their dunks. What happened?
Dog, she
No, stop.
won.
You know, Harold. There's no way. The guys missed all their dunks. They tried stuff that was too hard. They was trying to get 55s. So they was going between the legs twice, reverse 360, and dunking the joint off to the back of the rim. It's no way the guys was making dunks. And they lost. She got first place?
Dog, she won the jump, dog.
Nah, you lying to me, Harold. That's not the world we live in.
Dog, Bama did a 360, hung up in the sky, spun around. That jump, dog, they gave it to her. That's a fact. Look, you can look it up, dog. McDonald's All-American Games 2022 Powerade Jam Fest. Bama did, look, he threw the ball up, caught the jump in the air, swung around, did a 360. She won.
Is this payback for that trainee getting first place in the swimming joint?
Dog, I don't know what it is, dog, but
From Columbia, South Carolina, and she's staying home to play for Dawn Staley and the Gamecocks. Oh, thunderous!
Can you do that at 40 years old?
no, it's a Bama at Banneker Middle School right now in the 8th grade that can do that. No lie. And I'm not trying to take away from nothing from the youngin, but dog, it just, and it's like
It's disingenuous.
I don't. It's dog. That's the perfect word for it, dog. It's disingenuous. It don't even like. It's like I don't care. Like it's like we just gonna give it, and then you basically got to tell the main man who did the dunks that really won. Like dog, just let her get this jump, dog. We might never remember that Bama ever again. This might be his only.
That's his shining moment. She go to the WNBA, he gonna be working at UPS. And Bama's that gave him his dunk championship trophy.
It's one thing, dog. I'm not gonna go in on the youngin dog dunks.
It's
I'm
not about
going
her
in
though.
there.
It's not
No,
about
it's
her.
not about her. I'm just saying the dunk. She put the junk around her back, not in the air. Not in that. That's like me dribble the ball through my legs, catch the jump, then jump and dunk the jump. That's what we doing now. That's what we doing now. Dog, a youngin cannot win. Who else? The other youngin who won it was like what? Candace Parker, I think, won the jump.
But it was never won.
Yeah, dog. She not the first. That's what I'm saying. We might as well just there might as well not be no dunk contest if we giving we not giving it to the winner. I mean, dog, it just, maybe it only bothered me a little bit because I just remember in school like being the best, and they'd be like we're gonna give it to, I'm like, why? And I mean, granted, you can't be at the dunk contest and be like, dog, that week dunk was not better than, like, you can't go like that. If it's you gotta just basically just take the L, right?
It sounds like I haven't seen any commentary related to it because they would have blew it up if he would have sassed the joint. But maybe there was a conversation beforehand, like, hey, we got a youngin in here, we're gonna try to size it, try to help size their game, and the fact that she could actually dunk, but I don't sound like the quality.
But the thing is, you could do that.
But I would have never seen it if she didn't win the joint. You would have never played them dunks on the podcast if she didn't get the W. So maybe they accomplished what they was looking out to do.
But I'm just saying, this goes to my point when we talk about like the WNBA and them lowering in the rims and stuff like that, college basketball, all of that, right? All of the above. We talk about like lowering the rims, right? I'm stating it for this reason right here. This is a dunk contest. In order, like, for them to like have a place, those weak dunks now get elevated. When they can just say, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to lower the rims all across the board so that the athleticism of these youngins can be on display. Period. Period, dog. And call it a day. Let them do 360s, dunks off the glass, all that stuff. Anything they want to do, like just do a case, like a study, just to see what the height is the best height for, being able to shoot and be able to dunk, and just do that and let it be the game, bro. I gotta jump out the WNBA, and every time they sell the WNBA to you, right, in the commercial, they put a young and dunking, but that's not the norm. That's like that's like That's like McDonald's having a filet mignon on their menu, and then when you show up, it's like, oh no, it's at a select
Filet o
McDonald's.
fish.
You can't get it here. Like it might be at that McDonald's. Like it's one McDonald's in a 7,000-mile radius that got the jump. You know what I'm saying? The special item, right? It's like you can watch WNBA basketball games and you are likely not just going to see anybody dunk. So why are you selling that to me in the commercials? If it don't matter, if dunking is not an aspect of the game that's exciting, that brings, notoriety or whatever to the game, then why are you selling it to me in the commercials?
The NFL do the same thing with the violent hits that they don't permit in the game, but then show that joint in the reel when they trying to sell you like a DVD or a highlight reel. So I mean, I don't know.
But
You know,
dog,
it's
you
kid
see
gloves.
violent hits in football though.
You saying you see one dunk a year in a WNBA joint?
Dog, you see the dunks that make the commercials. That's it. I just like, and I'm not even saying like you need to change the whole game or whatever. Like, I'm just saying lowering the rims would help. Just try it. They should just try it and see.
We should
Try it
try it.
for
Have a social experiment. Go rent a gym out. Get 10 youngins to play full court and lower the rims to what? 8 feet? What you think could get it done?
8. I think that might be too low, but still,
No,
I
but I mean
still.
regular Beltway League youngins. We ain't talking about WNBA
Oh yeah,
youngins.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
most youngins that play ball, at least that I've been around, they still like 5'5", like they
yeah,
regular size
yeah.
young.
You got to get the college girls. Like you got to go to Bowie State and get the youngins off the college basketball
They be
team.
small
Bring
too.
them in. They do, but I'm saying bring them in. At least there's certain like level
Athletic
of
ability.
hooping, yeah, like level of hooping that goes into it, and then you be like, all right, boom, and just let them like play, like, and see if there's entertainment value in it. I guarantee it will be, because one, we ain't really seen it in like excess. You never really seen a WNBA game where there's a lot of dunking. So I mean, that's just my 2 cents, dog. I mean, you looking for ways to better the game? That's one way. Just do it. Just try it. Do it for like 20 games out the season. If them 20 games, it just don't work, stop. Because I think it'll work, though. I think 20 games, you'll be able to see the numbers spike, see interest rise. Now, it being sustained, that's a whole different thing. But
It was working at one point. That's the part that like I feel like keeps getting neglected. Like somebody dropped the ball. When the Bama's first popped up on the scene and they had that notoriety, like Lisa Leslie and Rebecca Lobo and all them, like Don Staley, all the people, like some of their games, like I'm not saying it was interchangeable with the NBA, But Bama's wanted to see some of their premier games, like when the Sparks was
Mhm.
playing certain teams. Their shoes was vicious. Like they had some shoes that was better than some of the NBA Bama shoes. Like
They
the Cheryl
did.
Swoops had the vicious shoes. So it's
They
just like little
did.
element. They had it working at one point. Somebody dropped the ball. Somebody needs to figure out like what happened. I'm
But
sure it's
dog, but you
budgetary.
know, stuff changed too. Like the way society like moved, like things changed, dog. And I think like you gotta realize, like we got NFTs and all this stuff where like certain things are now sensationalized and like highlights of different stuff now dominates how stuff is shared. Like that's just the norm of it. And if before that time, there wasn't it wasn't that. I mean, it was that, but it wasn't in the format that it is now because like it used to just be ESPN that would kind of showcase the highlights and stuff like that. Now Bama's got them on a phone. Like when you see John Morant dunk on the Bama, you actually see like 5 different camera angles, though. And some of them are people's phones in their hand watching the game, like, oh, this dunk, this is the angle I had. I was at the baseline when he came through, and this is the pass from Adams down the court for this. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how stuff happens now. I just don't know that you have those elements like there. I don't know. I don't know. Follow us at OSS 980 at Other Side of Sports. Shout out to Jenna Garcia. Shout out to Lance J Radio, Free Agent Radio. Shout out to Paragon Sports Network. Shout out to Sports Talk Tasha. I'm gonna get Tasha on here to talk WNBA. I'm like, look, is the jump? What do you think about this? And just ask a woman because it sounds bad coming from us. It do. It's just like, yeah, these dudes are just but I'm just going. I always have to just keep it real, keep it authentic. I mean, it just is what it is. Shout out to Chris Rock for taking that L and just not retaliating, going off the deep end. Joe could have went left. Really, it could have really went left. It could have went left. What if Chris Rock just would have just kept talking after that,
That
kept
would have made it
frying him?
funnier. Yeah, you had to. You would
Like
have
if
had
he'd
to.
have just kept from like, dog, you won't come up here and smack me, you old Gemini head, like and just start frying him and be like, yeah, you and your youngin got Gemini heads, like and just went like he might have got all the coins back off the Sonic jump. When you hit the spike and all the coins fall out. He
The
might have
Bama
got them
said,
all back.
"Keep my wife's name out your mouth," and he said, "I will." Like he was all the way not. He didn't want no parts of the problems at all.
No
And it's
smoke.
fine. And it's fine. But dog, I don't know. I'd have lost it all. There would have been no more niggas at the Oscars after that.
Dog, they weren't even giving us awards to begin with, dog. Now all of a sudden we done turned this jump to the Hip Hop Source Awards. They just
Oh, that's it. Next year they gonna have dog the most vanilla Bama's hosting.
I wouldn't be surprised if they had like, yeah, they're gonna have Vanilla Bama. They usually get a black host to offset them not giving any black people any Oscars. Like that's usually the offset they do, but I don't know. Like this Bama going into 2022 Almanac, dog. You know when they make that rap song at the end of the year, and they say all the stuff that happened during,
You already
throughout
know.
the year. Hey man. All right, man. We out.